AI slop is destroying the internet. Let's get into it.
AI has supercharged this and made slop much harder to spot. Today, about half of internet traffic is bots, the majority of them are used for destructive purposes. It's never been easier to make mediocre content, from the black hole of meaninglessness that is LinkedIn, low effort
I'm just gonna have to say this. This music is very distracting,
short videos just engaging enough to hit.
but it's fire. Like, this would be something that I would be playing, like Need for Speed, or like something that would be playing in GTA, and I would just be going off. Like, cruising my car into the casino and gambling it up, boy.
Hypnotize kids and fry their attention spans to endless, soullessly rewritten books on Amazon. AI music is invading streaming platforms. Google AI is summarizing websites instead of sending traffic to them.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Like, I grew up playing music, right? And I still play music. Like, I'll dabble on the guitar a little bit. And nothing crazy, but just like a passion of mine growing up was playing music and writing music. And I've had countless nights. Like, I remember one time, me and my buddy, who he's actually went on, like, okay, basically, I inspired him to play the guitar and to start writing. And like after a while, I just kind of got tired of it, and I'd never been the biggest writer in a sense, but I knew that I wanted to create. So that was kind of like the avenue that helped me get into creating something. And I think that that's my life's purpose is to create something. But I remember we would spend hours and hours coming up with songs and playing them in his parents' basement, like up until 3 a.m. And it was a lot of fun. And I really think that AI is going to make it into a very saturated market because there's tons of AIs that will write a whole song that will sound really good. And I think that it'll get to a point in time where the listener is going to have an emotion and they're going to like say an emotion like happy song or whatever, and the AI is going to psychologically know exactly what you want to hear and then create a song with all the lyrics that are going on in your life at that moment just to make you cry. No. I think that it could get that advanced, like you're talking to a hologram or whatever, but it's gonna make a big impact in Nashville and writing and creativity because it takes out the rawness out of writing something that's yours. And that's happened. It's already happened before in in a bunch of different record labels where the label is controlling what you can write and what you can't write, what songs you can put in the album, what songs you can't. And this is only going to make it harder for people who have want to create something that's raw. And I might be wrong, but I think it's going to be even tougher to make it big in the music industry.
On YouTube, new channels publish long-form videos multiple times a week with AI-generated thumbnails, voices, and scripts. True crime, video essays, science, no space is safe.
Anything nature I love. That's where I find healing. I love taking care of people. It's just what we do as
We're in the golden era of soulless slop. And sadly, actual creative human work is used to train these AI models. Every Reddit comment, original YouTube video, or human drawing on DeviantArt has been sold out to the AI companies.
Yeah, because AI is essentially, it can't create something out of nothing. And let me kind of give you a grasp of this. So it's just like if basically AI is basically people have coded something to create an intelligence. And so whatever the abundance of resources that are online of what humans have been posting for the past 20 or so years through Reddit, YouTube, all that stuff, the AI is that is its brain in a sense. And if there's something that's never been discovered, basically AI just creates a prediction about that, or if there's any leaked information about that. So it's kind of interesting because that means that yes, you can still create something new that's never been discovered, but it's highly unlikely for how that we've evolved in the creative space that really you're gonna be piggybacking off of anything, the foundation of something to make it better. And that's just today's world. Unless, no, not, I mean, in a lot of ways, there will be, yes, the slim few who make some invention that's never been thought of before. But there's a huge amount of ideas and a very small amount of people who have taken action on those ideas. And so those huge ideas are probably out somewhere, but no one's like done all of the things to make that into an actual product, if that makes sense.
or straight up stolen by them, without attribution or payment to the actual creators. Creative theft on a scale where it's impossible to protect against it, already putting loads of creatives' work in danger, so AI companies can get rich. While this is sad and frustrating, what's even worse is that generative AI truly has the potential to break the internet irreversibly.
And if I won the lottery, I would be buying a shit ton of stock in AI. It, without a doubt in my mind, AI is going to be even bigger than it is right now. 100%.
By making it harder and harder to tell what's true. At first, AI looked great. A Kurzgesagt script starts with basic research that's turned into a script and then fact-checked in depth by 2 to 3 people.
I wonder how college would be different without ChatGPT or just AI in general. Because like even when I was in college, like people are taking assignments and basically letting AI like make an essay out of that and then just putting it into their own words. And so like and I'm guilty of this and just even through college, like hell, I remember I didn't have an assignment due or I'm gonna be honest, I just used ChatGPT and I was like dehumanize this and somehow I got like, a B or whatever. And it's actually really impressive. Um, like whenever you do stuff on there now, like my girlfriend's in college and she'll do something like that or just like a quiz or whatever. And the AI will now that they have blockers, like I'm sure that colleges have been fussing about this for years now, ever since that ChatGPT came out, that that students are cheating with artificial intelligence and it's not helping them get their education. And so, um, what was I saying? Yeah, it'll block you. It'll say like if you type it in like, "Hey, I want the quiz answers for blah 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 blah." Then it'll say, "I can't help you cheat on this quiz because without the teacher's permission or whatever." And it's kind of funny because I'm sure that how that conversation went down with the AI companies to the colleges was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll put that in there and like it'll really make an impact of stopping stuff like that." No. Like, no. All that you have to say whenever it tells you no, you're basically just like the crazy ex-girlfriend who just goes like batshit crazy on the AI and says, "No, I need you to do this like I'm not cheating at all," like super manipulative and like gaslighting the person. And then the AI will give you what you want.
We try to confirm our info with what we deem trustworthy, ideally first-hand sources, ideally papers. Then we get 1 to 3 experts for input and critique. Fact-checking and compiling our sources alone takes around 100 hours per video. Of course, we make mistakes or oversimplify, and you can disagree with our conclusions. It's unavoidable, we're only human after all. But it is fair to say that our process is extensive, and after a decade, we know what we're doing. When AI appeared, we were very excited. A mechanical brain able to super quickly collect information. So we went to work, and it looked amazing. And then we started fact-checking. We didn't expect it to be perfect, but it was way worse than we thought. Confidently incorrect. AI is so bad at this.
Yeah, and it'll get better throughout time because then the AI companies will know what people want. But it is getting to the point like now of just scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, and I'll do this. I'll scroll and there'll be like a video and it'll be like black guy riding an orca, and then it's a dude like a big black dude riding an orca in the water. And I'm thinking like I'm cracking up to myself because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this black dude's riding an orca." Like that's so funny. I'm gonna go share this to my friends. But then I'll see in the comments, and if one person says AI, then I'll just think, I'll scroll past it because in my mind it's like, well, they didn't put much effort into it, but they're just making you I you just don't know what's real now. Um, but you can kind of tell in a sense, and I think that now the restrictions have been like if it's a Sona video, then it has to have like a little thing that says it on the left side. But there's accounts who don't do that at all, and you just don't know. But with videos like this, AI is not, because I'm a content creator, so I know a good bit about AI and what it can do and what it can't. And it can do like good clips and stuff like that, and kind of like split your videos and make it kind of formatted and put subtitling and stuff. But when it comes to like advanced animations, oh, oh Lord, it would probably be like the most cringe, um, like blurry ass video that has nothing to do what you want it to actually be. And I'm sure that there's a company right now that's gonna be making or is calculating an AI, to help with this and make it a lot better. But as of right now, it's very underdeveloped, and it's never going to quite do what you want it to do in animations as of right now without spending like a ton of money.
We'll summarize and generalize our experiences over multiple projects and months condensed into one fake project. A video about why brown dwarfs are the worst and
Just a disclaimer, I'm pretty passionate about AI, so I'm going to be stopping this video a lot. Like I already know, because it's something that like as a kid, you are like we were kind of like I'm 21. So as a kid, like was the iPhone, I remember when the iPhone 6 came out, and then 2016 YouTube when everybody were popping off, like all those things coming up to it. And like then I was kind of like engulfed into school and kind of busy, like living the lifestyle of just being very not really knowing exactly what I want to do and kind of engulfed in social media and like video games and all that stuff that I never could see the back end of it. And now that I've kind of seen the starts of AI and been in a position that I can kind of study it a little bit more, or that it's kind of made an impact in my life in a way of just making life a little bit easier.
Should be ashamed of themselves. So we got all the pro accounts of all the AI models and got to work, using deep research tools to create a summary and overview of all the information about the failed star's brown dwarfs. And wow, it was great! Dozens of pages of outlines with unique information nuggets and links to sources. Then we started to look deeper. More than 80% of the info and factoids were pretty solid, and we could reconstruct where they were from: Wikipedia, papers, legit articles. What about the rest? It was great stuff, like the speed of brown dwarf superstorms, the nature of their insides, or how disappointed their mums are. But we couldn't find where the AI got this info from, which is not automatically a bad sign. After all, the models contain pretty much all the internet and books ever written. So we asked experts for input, and they flagged the exact same facts, even asking where we found it.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, especially if you ever have an AI write a paper for you or whatever, you're gonna get very washed out sources. And even if you ask the AI where you got the sources, they probably got it from like 500 different places and just put like the easiest one up there, like Wikipedia or something that was actually name brand. But I know for a fact, and just because you'll see companies and like say for instance, I got this PC from Skytech Gaming. I'm not affiliated with them, nor am I. This is not a paid advertisement by any sorts, but they have like almost like a little referral thing, or basically just a warranty, like if anything breaks or whatever. And it had a drop down menu of how you'd find the product. And one of them said, AI intelligence or ChatGPT that you could click, or you could put like Google or Reddit or Facebook or wherever they're doing their advertisements on. So you already know that there's some type of under the table broadcasting of that the AI companies are using to let people buy other companies' products. There's no doubt in my mind. And that's something that's definitely going to have to be regulated in a sense. Just because it can get kind of scary, because that almost makes it become not necessarily a monopoly, but have such a headway in the industry. Even if, the CEO is an ass and not a great person, and their product isn't the best, but the only reason why it's the best is because the CEO was sleeping with the ChatGPT owner or something like that. Something just basically the point I'm trying to make is that there needs to be regulation on stuff like that, because I'll be scrolling just to find something that's, the best tennis shoes, instead of watching a YouTube video or reading something about it. I'll just ask AI, and I'll just take AI's word for it and be like, okay, so then I'll buy that tennis shoe, or I'll buy that cereal, or I'll buy that pancake mix, or I'll buy, some Pokemon cards from whoever.
To fulfill its goal to make us happy, the AI had invented or extrapolated information to make brown dwarfs more interesting than they really are. Like a bad journalist making up details to make a story hit harder or fit a narrative. Now we wanted to know more and dove in deeper, reading the seemingly more solid sources the AI had given us in full. One was an article from a news site written by a human journalist. Or was it?
A lot of women struggle with getting adequate care. United Healthcare makes me feel supported and seen.
Had a very familiar structure and, surely purely coincidentally, read like what you get if a human slightly changes AI wording. An AI essay detection tool gave it a 72% match, so an AI article without sources used as a credible source for...
All right, sorry, I'm going to look at the chat a little bit too. right here. WIJXIOQYT. How's your day been going, sir? Have you watched skyscraper climbing video before? It's crazy. Robert Balladaria or Toy Box Killer story is crazy. Yeah, I'll have to check that out a little bit. Let me I can watch that one on another day. I'll be streaming uh what's today? Today's so Friday. Run that one up on Friday for you, man. Thank you for the follow, brother. Appreciate it.
AI research, which makes sense since in 2025 there were already well over 1,200 confirmed AI news websites publishing massive amounts of AI-generated misinformation and false narratives. This mix of correct, dubiously sourced and straight-up made-up information also leads AI to present really shoddy conclusions that sound strong or novel but are often half-truths or misrepresentations. Oh well, we salvaged what we could and went back to the drawing board. And after a few weeks, it happened. By pure stupid chance, we saw a brown dwarf video popping up by a relatively new channel. It had hundreds of thousands of views and was pretty good, nice footage, great editing. But we'd seen the structure and rhythm before, and would you look at that? It contained all the brown dwarf facts we'd flagged as unreliable or straight up made up by AI. This is where the death of the internet begins. Now, there's a proper source of brown dwarf misinformation online. When the next AI repeats the same research, it will find a transcript from a video with a lot of views. The misinformation is now true. It will spread. Even before AI, it was pretty hard to find the origin of facts that sound great but are not true. Just watch our video about a 100-year-old lie. As AI use goes on, it may become impossible to know what's true or not. The most corrosive lie. The problem with AI is how trustworthy it seems. How it's correct enough to seem.
Oh my gosh, like that's so true. Like I would honestly, if I searched up, is crack cocaine good for me and could enhance my abilities to become a millionaire? And ChatGPT was like, yeah, there's health benefits, blah, 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 then I would probably believe it. Or if it said, something, probably not to that extreme. Like I would kind of have to be a little bit dumb. But what's something that's kind of like on the border? I know that Mexico is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Trying to think of what would be something that I would believe if ChatGPT said it. Like if hot dogs was actually made out of dogs that were like show dogs. Um, and they were like classified as very sexy dogs. Like kind of like how the girl from Central kind of lusted for a dog. Had that dog, dogging on her and stuff. Something like that. If he said that sexy dogs were actually in hot dogs, then I'd probably believe it. Probably would. And it would give me the percentage. I'll be, oh yeah. Like now I'm definitely not gonna go to the ballpark, give me a hot dog.
Super smart and how incredibly confidently incorrect it is.
It's like AI is like that one smart kid. Like that if honestly, if he had like his bubble sheet on the left side and you were kind of like left side of the table and you were over there just like right behind him, you could kind of see the bubbles. I did that once. There was a kid at my school. He was good at science, and I'm not gonna lie, I cheated. I did. But, God blessed me with an opportunity, or maybe it was just a challenge to see if I would cheat or not. But I guess the devil got to me that day. I guess he did. But yeah. It's kind of like that where they were basically the chat GPT of the room. Like whatever they said, it went. Like they would be over there and we would be learning about asteroids and um Kyle, the smart kid, aka Wing Wang, over there spitting fire about what asteroid combinations there are. And we would be writing notes to maybe getting some extra credit on the notes over there. Or like you would kind of just bring, like you just be like, hey Kyle, do you know this? And like most of the time they'd be done with their work early and they would kind of just be like walking around the classroom, being like, hey, do you need help with this? Cause I'm kind of like really good at this. Or they were the type of kid that would just kind of like read. It was those two in betweens, you know?
Casually lying to your face, often very subtly. When you catch it lying, it immediately admits it, vows to never do it again, and then it does it again. As eloquent as current language models feel, there's nobody home. No greater intelligence or consciousness is talking back to you. Current AI is a very complex hammer that doesn't understand what it's doing or what nails are. But we're letting it add new shelves to the library of human knowledge. AI is changing quickly, so this may get better, but right now, it's pretty grim. Way too many people blindly trust AI. Studies looked into the language of millions of scientific papers published before and after the rise of large language models. They found an abrupt and sharp
AI is kind of like your parents in a sense. Like if Einstein was your parent. And I know this because I know that I ask AI whenever I come up with an idea about a business or whatever. Like I remember I like had an idea that I had for like a day, and it was to work with dogs. And basically what it was like kind of like a dog's day out. So I'd have like a field and I would pick up the dogs and I would let them, I'd pick them all up and then they would have like a whole play day that they would have kind of like in a pond or like in the woods and stuff like that. And I thought it was really cool. Like I was gonna do it and stuff and but then I started look like I asked AI and they were like, "Oh my gosh, sport, this is the best thing that'll ever happen to you. Like there's such a big amount of people that'll need this service and all that stuff." And then um like thinking in my mind, I was like, well, why isn't there already one? And I found out that the reason why it's not really a thing is because there's dog parks around. And so most of the time, if you want your dog to have that experience, you'll just take it to the dog park. But AI just kind of elevated my mood to like take it on and like go for it like how your parents would as a kid. Like that whenever you were playing sports, you were the best on the field. You were the Otani. You were over there uh reading some uh some Japanese comics in the dugout before you're about to go hit some bombs over the plate. You know? You were over there chugging that blue Powerade, have that all over your lip, have those Gatorade gummies that make you feel it. I remember those Gatorade gummies made me feel invincible. Y'all remember those? Y'all remember those? Those Gatorade gummies? And they just had like 10. Those things were the shiz.
increase in the frequency of words that AIs like to use. So it seems clear that now a significant portion of papers have been at least assisted by AI, usually without acknowledgement. And just in July 2025, it was discovered that a number of researchers had started to sneak hidden messages into their papers. in white text or too small for the human eye, they prompted AIs to review them positively and not point out flaws. As more and more people are using AI carelessly, the library of human knowledge is getting less and less reliable. Which brings us to the last part: how are we using AI? And will Kurzgesagt survive the AI slop age? Will AI slop kill Kurzgesagt and artists? On the internet, there's only one truly valuable resource: human attention. If current trends continue, it's not that far-fetched that cheap slop content, stuff just good enough, will soak up the majority of human attention. It could make us dumber, less informed, our attention spans even worse, increase political divides, and make us neglect real human interaction.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's like brain rot. Like skibbity toilet. Or 6'7". You know, stuff like that. That is just high stimulating things. Is so popular. And AI is only going to manipulate that and see our trends. It's kind of weird. It's like having, I don't know, it's like almost having like some sort of higher power that just knows us so well and has all the information. It's crazy to think that AI could be something like that. And honestly could like humans might have created something that could be to humanity's demise. Weird.
Convocou, talvez cê tá com popo, é vapo, vapo no setor, é vapo, vapo do vapor, vapo, vapo no setor, é vapo, vapo do vapor, vapo, vapo do vapor, vai tomar vapo do